Hi guys, Peter Finch here, teacher professional down at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester, and I've got a new toy to try out. Went down to Titleist a couple of weeks ago, myself and Rick Shills, just testing out a few clubs. And when I was there, I got fitted for the new 915 D3 driver. Now, just in the middle of the summer, I got my G30, absolutely love it. However, the numbers that the D15 was producing down at Titleist HQ down in St Ives they were just unbelievable. So I've managed to get my hands on exactly the same spec, and if it's outperforming the G30, I might have to swap. So I'm doing a direct club comparison between my two drivers here. Now, the way I'm going to do it, I've got 20 real golf balls here. I'm going to hit 5 golf balls with the D15 at D15, 915, D3, sorry, at what I'd consider a normal kind of swing pace for me. So if I'm not looking to hit the absolute socks off it, I'm just looking to get a decent drive down there and stay in control. Then I'm going to hit a 5 where I really try and up my swing speed. Now, this is something which I have been able to do during this summer. I've been doing a little bit of training, I've been losing a bit of weight, and it's all to do with trying to change my swing path, get a little bit more inside, hit up a lot more, and then really extend and turn my hips through the actual shot to get a little bit more distance. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch over to the G30, my current driver, and do exactly the same. So 5 at a nice normal swing speed, and then a number 5 really trying to push it to see if I can get the same numbers. I'll kind of record the swings, and then I'll kind of throw up some numbers as well of what's been produced afterwards, and then I'll talk you through the numbers as well and see if it is the choice to be made to go to the 915. I suspect it is, but we will soon see. Right guys, so I've been testing the drivers and the results are in. It was a little bit inconsistent with the striking, so I did end up actually hitting a few more balls because my dispersion of the strike across the club face was a little bit all over the place to begin with. I'm going to put it down to some jet lag from Turkey, all 2 hours of it now. Start off with the G30 at normal swing speed. So my normal swing speed with the G30 up around 110 miles an hour, and the results were actually pretty much what I'd expect. So kind of total average distance upwards towards 280 yards. Club head speed, like I said, about 110, just a little bit under. Ball speeds just under 160 miles an hour. Nothing that wasn't really unexpected with the G30. When I'm swinging at a nice smooth pace, that is what I will tend to find, and that is what I want to kind of hit the middle of the fairways. And my dispersion, as normal with the G30, and especially in Turkey, it was fantastic. I was very pretty much on the fairway most of the time. Now, as soon as I switch over to the G30 in a little bit more of a power mode, I was trying to get my club head speed up as much as possible. I honestly was trying to swing it as hard as I physically can, but I only managed to get the average club head speed upwards to about 116 miles an hour. I was trying to really give it some. Now, this is probably to do with a larger club head. Even though the turbulators on top, which do increase club head speed, the shafts of these clubs are the overall length of these two clubs are pretty much bang on the same as well. Shaft in my G30 I'm using is an X-Stiff 65. It is a graphite, which a lot of people have been commenting on. It's shiny silver, but I promise it is graphite. Now, the total distance there increased to 295 yards on average with the G30 when I was really trying to give it some beans. Now, that again is not unexpected. That is something I would expect to see. Big differences, however, came when we switched over to the D3. Now, first of all, on normal kind of swing speed mode, my club head speed even though, honestly, I wasn't trying to give it more, was at 115. So my club head speed here with the 915 D3 was as fast as my G30 when I was trying to hit it as hard as I physically can. Now, the only reason I can really gather from this, because the shafts, although this is a Tour spec and it's a tip stiff shaft, they are similar lengths, they are quite similar weights as well. So it's can't be really to do with the shaft, it must be to do with the club head. The club head is smaller on the D3 and that will make it more aerodynamic through the air. And it certainly kind of seems that way with the numbers. Rather interestingly, my total distance for the D3 when compared to the G30 at this normal swing speed was actually lower, and the dispersion wasn't as good as well. Now this is simply because with the D3 the club head is a lot smaller, so it's going to offer less forgiveness, and the loft is a lot lower as well. I had the setting at 7.5 when I was actually hitting. So with a stiffer shaft, 7.5 club head and a smaller club head CC, it is going to be a little bit less consistent and it went less distance. Big changes happened when I switched over to my faster swing speeds, which I really want to achieve. These are the fastest swing speeds I've ever achieved. Simple as that. Club head speed average 122 miles an hour. Now I am feeling it in my back, I'm definitely feeling it in my back, and this is something to do with the changes in my swing that I've tried to make to really kind of get a maximum amount of distance. So it was a big difference, a massive difference, almost 10 miles an hour in some kind of places. I mean, my fastest swing speed, 124.5 miles an hour. Absolutely huge. And as you'd expect, the distance did increase. The average total was over 300 yards for the 5 selected shots, taking out a few kind of really wild ones that hit. So there is a big difference there. I would expect with hitting my balls that I tend to hit, I didn't hit kind of any kind of Pro V1s like I did down at Titleist, and that was the 331 drive that I hit down at Titleist. So I wasn't using Pro Vs, but I was using kind of decent balls, and my longest there was 305. It's really kind of nice to know that with this small head I can get that massive amount of club head speed. The question I've got to be asking myself, and the question that I've got to kind of be asking myself when I'm going to go into the course, what type of course is it? Is it a course that requires a little bit more distance, but it's not so kind of punishing if I'm a little bit offline? Because if it is, I might check the G30 because I need that little bit more control, and at lower swing speeds the G30 does give me that with the bigger club head, the turbulators, and a little bit more loft. But then if I can groove this faster swing speed and really start to hit it straight, then I could be pretty long. Not probably as accurate as I am at the moment, but the extra length will give me a big advantage, which I'm not quite seeing at the moment. So guys, I'm going to kind of throw these numbers up. I'm going to obviously kind of go through the reviews in depth as I could then. Please let me know what you think. Use the comment box below. Feel free to like the video, share it around. Let me know what you think. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go try and hit a few more balls if my body can cope, and I will see you down here next time.